Hi, I'm Elle and welcome to eSpares. In this video, I'm going to show you how to load a dishwasher correctly. Now, loading the dishwasher can be a bit of a source of contention or arguments in households of how to do it the right way, but there is actually a way that the machine was designed to be stacked according to the manufacturers, so we're going to show you in this video. And just to let you know, if it is stacked incorrectly, it can cause the plates to come out dirty, or it can cause them to even get damaged, chipped, cracked. So it is important to stack the dishwasher in the way that it's meant to be stacked. So we'll start down here at the bottom shelf. This shelf is designed for your larger items like plates, bowls, trays, and also your pots and pans. Starting with plates, the way to stack them is just to make sure that they're facing inwards. That way, when the spray arm spins and distributes the water can access the inside of the plate, which is the part that will need the most cleaning. Then, for your bowls, again, make sure they're facing inward for the same reason, but also make sure that they're facing downwards, because otherwise they can actually fill up with dirty water and will need to be re-cleaned. The same applies with your pots and pans, just make sure they're facing inwards and downwards. And lastly, with your trays, you can slot these around the edges, but just make sure when you do so that they're not blocking the front, because this is where the detergent comes from and you don't want to stop the detergent from getting into the machine and being circulated. Moving on to the cutlery basket. This is obviously for your cutlery, so it's important to just space out your knives, forks and spoons evenly throughout the basket. Now, you'll notice that these are being positioned upright, which is the best way to position them for optimum cleaning. But if you do have a sharp knife, just position that facing down, because you don't want, when you're going to pick up the basket, for that knife to stab you in the hand. And one other important thing to note about your cutlery basket, if you've got very thin items like barbecue skewers or chopsticks, just make sure they're positioned in a way where they won't drop down, because if they do, they can block the lower spray arm, which will affect the entire wash and make the entire load dirty, and you'll have to run the machine again. Moving on to the top shelf, this is the place for glasses, mugs, larger utensils that didn't fit in the cutlery basket, dishwasher safe plastics, and smaller bowls. Glasses and mugs should again be positioned facing downwards to avoid them filling up with dirty water. Then for your big utensils, just position them on the shelves so they're not overlapping too much. And if they have a curve to them, again, make sure they're facing down. Same with your bowls. And same with your plastics. And with your wine glasses, there are actually, in many dishwashers, a little place for your wine glass stems to keep the glasses secure. And when you put them in place, just make sure they're not clinking against each other, as that could cause damage. So with all of your items stacked efficiently, you can close up your racks. And a good little habit to get into before you run your cycle is just give the spray arm here a spin and make sure that it's moving unimpeded by anything in the bottom rack, as if it can't move properly, it will cause the entire wash to be dirtier. Then add your detergent, close up your machine, and you're good to go. Speaking of the spray arms, if you find that after you run cycles the dishes are still coming out dirty and you've been checking before the cycle that they're not blocked, it could be the fact that the spray arms themselves are faulty and need replacing. So to learn how to do this, see our other video up here and we'll take you through the whole process. Once your cycle's finished, there is actually a correct order to unload your dishwasher too. What you want to do is start with your bottom rack, because that way any dirty water that's collected on the top rack here won't drip down and dirty your dishes. So now we know how to stack and also unload the dishwasher. I'm going to show a couple of items that it's best to avoid putting in the dishwasher. So these include wooden chopping boards, especially if they've got a seam, because that glued together seam will be damaged by the dishwasher and potentially your entire chopping board could fall apart. Also, anything extremely fragile like vintage crockery or crystal glassware should be avoided because you don't want it to smash. And other items like cast iron skillets or copper bottomed saucepans are also best left out of the dishwasher because that could damage them. And there you have it, the best way to load your dishwasher for optimum efficiency. Now, if you find when you're stacking and unstacking your appliance there's a bad odour, take a look at our video down below which shows you how to fix a smelly dishwasher. And don't forget to subscribe for videos on appliance maintenance, repair and all other things e-spares. Thanks for watching.